Calm down, calm down.
Whoa, hey,
Calm
and
down.
howdy.
Calm down, people. Chill.
Yeah, as soon as that crowd chills out, it is Saturday. It is time for the Legion of Memers meme stream. Hail to the cast, hail to the chat. We are here with a very awesome guest who we've had on a few times, Epic Mike. Mike, thank you for coming on today. It's always a pleasure to have you. Always a pleasure to chat with you. Prior to the show, you showed us something really awesome and amazing that
it wasn't as big as I thought it would be.
Rumors are not true.
Yeah. I'm glad you were hoping it was bigger. That means a lot to me.
At the very least, epic and very well produced. I really can't wait for you to be able to share that with the greater audience because, man, there's some cool shit cooking up in the Epic verse. So
absolutely.
Awesome stuff. Anyway, joining me is the usual cast of hooligans, Sans No Green Rocks. He is off today, having some family time. So hope he has a fantastic day. And he will be back next week. So, and he's also going to be very jealous when he hears about what we saw. So we'll get into it. We'll get into some cast intros before we shout out the chat. So if you're watching us here live, we do have that live chat over there. If you're watching us on YouTube, slam that like button. If you're not already subscribed, hit that subscribe button, ring that notification bell. And also, if you're watching us on Rumble, give us a follow and a like over there. I'll be checking in on that chat periodically. Let's get into it. Starting off with Devil Made Me Do It. Devil, how are you doing, buddy?
I'm doing well. I'm happy to be here. Did I just hear echo?
I heard a little.
We just got off of Jed's stream watching the next special of Doctor Who, and it wasn't as bad as we thought. So,
oh, okay, that's nice.
It's actually pretty good.
Yeah.
Oh, so no Doctor Who fanfic villain kind of leaks that they were on about. No, nothing like that. Like the villain kind of teleported the Doctor because it was his favorite Doctor.
That's still the third episode. We still have one more to go through.
Oh, okay.
And that's supposed to be the Celestial Toy Makers thing. So
okay.
Hey, we had one good episode.
Yeah, one good.
So it wasn't completely downhill. Well, that's
shit.
We're gonna get.
Oh, it still wasn't great. It still wasn't great. Trust me. They mentioned Timeless Children and the Flux.
We will be talking about the 60th anniversary Doctor Who. We got a bit of that on today's docket, so we will have a full-on discussion. That'll be right out the gate, so you'll have time for that, Jeremy. All right, next up, Kenzo. How are you doing, brother?
Or do we have to talk about that fucking abomination?
We can have fun talking about it.
I don't want no part of that.
I gave you a break last night, dude.
I mean, that was absolutely terrible. I cried out watching it. I had sort of Gary having his watch along on at the same time, and we kind of made similar noises at certain parts. And yeah, but I've been having a good
episode or this one.
Yeah. No, fuck no. Am I watching that next one after that last one? You guys are putting yourself through that for YouTube purposes. I am not going to be reviewing that or letting my eyes gaze upon its. It's an abomination, man.
To be fair, dead. Devil's only doing it because I forced him to do it.
That's very true.
Dermy made me do it. Well, yeah, I've had a great week after that, and I'm happy to be here with you clowns and to go through all the memes we've put up, man. It's been a good week for memes.
Yeah, we've already got a ton in the thread already, so let me go ahead and link it for anybody watching us live on YouTube. If you want to get a meme in and have it featured on the show, I've linked the Twitter thread for it in the YouTube chat here.
Jeremy Made Me Do It just sounds like something that was written on a truck stop bathroom wall. In blood, and it trails off at the end.
Maybe that'll be how we know Devil's in trouble when we see that somewhere.
Devil's sending us a message. We need help.
And also in blood, it'll be like he'll write. And if you like memes, follow me on Twitter. Next up,
check it out.
Oculus, good to see you again this week, man. How you doing?
Doing well. I posted a couple memes on FNT yesterday with another world record for them, like 19,000 views that made, which is kind of like a big improvement than the last record, but looking forward to it.
A lot of people were annoyed at Doctor Who, I suppose.
Yeah.
Or was that last week? No, that was the last one, was it?
Last week was awful.
This one, oh no, this one was Elon swearing at the Bob, so that's probably what pushed it.
Yeah.
Go
mixed up my
fuck
records.
yourself.
Lofty, man.
Hi, Bob.
Lofty had that meme of the week.
Yeah, now we'll never fucking hear the end of that one. Yeah.
Yeah.
I never got to see it. I never got to
Listen,
see it, so
I'm all about people going viral. Congratulations. It's awesome. But dear fucking Lord, if I see him tag Elon Musk in one more fucking post on Twitter, I'm going to block him. Good.
Nah.
He's like,
Well,
if Elon Musk,
wait,
Elon Musk
Elon,
follows
why
me,
didn't you notice my meme?
I'll show my dick
Please.
on
What?
Elon's
Twitter.
like,
what is it like not being blocked by Lofty? What is that like?
Lofty blocked you?
Yeah. We
Do
had
you know
a-
how difficult it is to get blocked by Lofty? That's impressive.
Because he's
I've threatened, I've physically threatened him, and he hasn't blocked me. So, yeah,
Yeah.
I have promised physical violence if I ever meet him in person, and he hasn't blocked me yet. So,
Well, he's the king of back takes, so that's why he's whining and complaining about, like, hey, follow me, Elon, follow me, please.
I like how we just talk shit about Lofty. He's not even here. He might show up now. He'll probably show up now that we've mentioned him.
Oh, God.
Maybe.
I mean, I
He
beat him in a
should,
debate once, so you know.
Yeah. Well, he'll say he didn't. He said
I know he will say that I didn't, but it was
yelled over
but
him all the time.
it's at least immortalized over on Dermy's channel where he's just like, well, maybe you're right. Is how he ended it, and I was like, yeah, maybe I am right.
Nah, he's too autistic to admit he's lost a debate to anyone.
Yeah.
Just like me.
Good Lord.
Well, speaking
Yeah.
of you, Dermy, how are you doing?
I'm doing relatively okay. You know, Doctor Who, like we already said, wasn't the worst thing in the world. It wasn't the greatest thing in the world. You know,
You shut your fucking filthy mouth.
I'm talking about the latest episode. I'm talking about today's episode. I'm not talking about last week's episode. Last week's episode, I have a hate boner for. And because of all the weirdos that came into my YouTube channel, I have 2 videos now over 2K views. So thank you very much for all that. And I will be milking Doctor Who for all it's worth.
You want to milk Doctor Who, huh?
Yes.
I mean, given the trajectory of the series, you might be able to do that soon.
There's a good chance, especially with a line that came out today. No, not going to super spoil anything, but there's a line.
Thanks.
Okay.
There's a line.
CJP, you look like you're in a little bit of pain over that. Other than that, how are you doing, my friend?
I'm doing good. I actually refused to watch it. I stopped watching after
Yeah.
Capaldi. I was not going to be watching Jodie because I could already see the writing on the wall on how that was going to turn out. And boy, was I fucking right. So I'd rather not distort my love of Doctor Who by seeing this bullshit. But, other than that, I'm doing good. Had Desiree Wright on my show this last week. And we had a conversation about music and
Nice.
cancellations, which, happens quite a bit. And I'm not doing a show next week because I've got my daughter's orchestra concert that night. So I'm going to do another album release that night. So got some more Castlevania music coming.
Oh, yeah.
And
Dig it.
I'm close to monetization. I'm just like, eh.
Right there. Maybe if you
Did,
watch Doctor Who, you can get the rest, get over that.
Did any of you
line.
guys happen to watch Dave Cullen?
Who's that?
Yeah, Dave's been around for a while. He does media reviews. He's been involved with some of the Fellowship stuff, and he had a really good take on it all, especially with Doctor Who. And he's just like, it's pointless to hate watch stuff. Just move on, find better content, find better media. It's just, I kind of agree with him. And when we talk about it, I'll get into it a bit, but with Marvel, with Doctor Who, it's like after it's been hijacked and it's not coming back, it's just, instead of spending the time being angry about it, it's just like go and find stuff you actually enjoy. It's there are other content creators out there putting out good content. There is still good media. It just sucks that stuff that we loved for many years got hijacked and it's kind of run away wild. And at a certain point, you got to stop being so angry about it and just accept that it's dead, not give it the lip service. And
I kind of disagree with that point, but we'll get into it later.
Yeah,
I'm not
yeah.
gonna lie.
Empathy.
I watched the Jodie Whittaker one, and like even my missus refused to watch it with me. But I kind of wanted to, because like as and everyone was talking about it, and I kind of wanted to know what they were talking about, so that's why I kind of watched it. But it done me in, and that last one was just the final nail in the coffin for me, and I can't come back from that. It's dead now. It's dead to me. It was dead
Power
anyway.
of apathy grows. That's what happens to all of us. It's apathy.
Apathy has to set in, but we'll get into that.
Apathy is the true.
Like, I'll watch a mediocre show, don't get me wrong. You know, like I've been watching that Monarch thing with the missus. She's been quite enjoying it. I think it's pretty poor, but you know, I mean, it's not a complete abomination like fucking what they've done to Doctor Who.
And sometimes stuff can be kind of cheap and cheesy, but it can also be, you know, worthwhile and entertaining. God, what was it? I watched something with my wife not too long ago where it was like, yeah, that wasn't the greatest thing, but we had fun watching it. There was heart in it. There was a soul to it, and you know. But yeah, we'll circle back to that one as we talk Doctor Who. True Pop, how you doing, buddy?
Oh, I'm doing very well. It's always good to be on the Legion of Memestream. Yeah, I've as you know, I don't think I spoke this last week. It was the day after I uploaded my Spider-Man 2 video, my thoughts on the story. In short, I thought it was terrible. That video is doing very well, and yeah, I'd like to thank everyone in the Fellowship for smashing that like button on it. But it is my most disliked video on the channel as well, ironically so. But yeah, the engagement for that video has been massive. I mean, it took so long to write, edit, and record, and I'm happy to get it out there. And yeah, tomorrow I'll be doing like a stream responding to comments and criticisms. Some I slightly, you know what, you might have a point there, and some I'm like, absolutely, you're completely wrong. So yeah, tomorrow's stream around the same time as the Legion stream, I'll be streaming on my channel, delving into some of those YouTube comments. And yeah, I'm happy to get on with the show. Mike's always a great guest, so let's get to it.
That. Thank you.
And Mike, always a pleasure having you here. How are you doing today?
I'm doing good. I don't have to leave early. I got here on time. I'd say that's a pretty good day. Yeah, I said all my apologies to everybody on this panel who I have beef with behind the scenes. I think everybody's good, other than Dermy Wormy. We don't ever apologize to each other. But he's blocked by Lofty, so that kind of makes us like allies. Like,
I mean, the French still had allies, so.
Yeah, that's true. Well, yeah, like America until they needed them, and they were like, "I'm sorry, we're kind of busy. We got a lot going on, you know."
And like that, Dermy's like, "Well, I'm gonna go see Godzilla later." So
no, he's
It's
no. I'm really glad to be
American
here.
guys have Godzilla.
Yeah. Well, we're glad to.
Yeah, because we're better than you
today.
That is true. Like, not only did we, I mean, we all saw what happened in the 40s with Japan, but not only that, but then we were like, "Wow, that's a really cool dinosaur you got there. We can make our own stuff with that, right?" And they're like, "No," and they're like, "No, we did." So,
and then they bought it back just to kill it, and now we're trying it again.
Now we're doing it again. Yeah, imagine 2 different Godzillas at the same time. Well, Japan just keeps coming out with different Godzillas. This is, I think the Godzilla -1 is even the same Godzilla from the last Godzilla movie. They're just
Is it so it's a continuation of Shin Godzilla?
No, it's not. It's like
Shin Godzilla
totally
is something completely different. This is just Godzilla. This is a newer iteration of Godzilla, but by Toho. So this is a different story altogether. It's actually a timepiece as well. It takes place right after the bombs.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
Which I think is kind of impressive. I mean, it's a good way to go back to it. I do got to give Japan credit because they're trying to get back to making Godzilla what he was, which is not an action hero. He's actually kind of like a terrifying, awful thing to exist. And we're all like, "Yeah, Godzilla, go kick ass!" And they're like, "No, we don't want him to do that because we all die when he does that." So,
well, even in like Toho movies, even when he's like, he would be an anti-hero, like a force of nature is a good one, like when he's battling other monsters, but he's still destroying the city. He doesn't care. He just wants to be on top. That's all he cares about.
That's all Godzilla worries about, is being on top.
That's right.
He'll do everything
He's always worried about being on bottom.
Yeah, he refuses to be a bottom. This is all about power dynamics. I actually kind of respect that.
I can respect the fact they made that for $15 million.
Yeah. Oh
Like,
wow! You mean you
yeah.
can make really good movies for not that much money? I mean,
Yeah,
listen,
exactly.
we're talking about objectively $15 million is still a lot of fucking money.
Right.
But we've just got so used to movies having like a $400,000 budget that they're like, oh wow, $400,000. They're like, we made a movie for $80 million, and everybody's like, oh. And I'm like, people used to make movies for like $2 million. Like,
What was the Host made for? Because the Host, I remember, so that was what, 2013, and I remember hearing that had a super small budget for
I'm
what
not
it
sure,
was.
actually.
I'm not sure
Let me
either.
check real quick. So yeah, there's
looked it
two. There's two different movies called The Host. Okay, no, it was 2006.
11 million. Yeah.
11 million. So yeah, it's funny. Even back in 2006, like people were applauding it because it had, and if you adjust that for inflation, that probably cost more to make than Godzilla -1.
Yeah.
Which is nuts. And even like recently, I think Spider-Verse had a budget of 80 million, and everybody was like, yeah, it's a way more, and it is a way more reasonable budget than what Warner Brothers and Disney would have on an animated project. But
yeah,
15 million's huge perspective in 2023 for what this is doing.
Especially when the CGI looks better than anything that like Marvel has done
Mm-hmm.
or Disney's done in years. And it's just crazy because once again, like, where's that money going? Where is all that money going? Because I don't know. Here's a little like secret about like art and movies and stuff. Most people in the industry of like movie making, they just want to make good movies. That's all they want to do. And a lot of those guys, I know, a lot of those guys, here's a crazy thing. A lot of those guys will work for much less money than they make normally on these big productions to be in something good. If I remember correctly, was it the movie Whiplash? I think it was Whiplash. Like the main no, not J.K. Simmons. I want to call him Miles Teller. I don't think it's Miles Teller. Whoever the main character is.
It was Miles Teller.
Yeah, Miles Teller. Yeah.
Yeah, it was Miles Teller and J.K. Simmons. Mm-hmm.
He took like a huge pay cut to be in that movie. Like a lot of actors will take very big pay cuts just to go be in a cool movie because the art is good, the writing is solid, and they believe in the product over being in a movie like a Marvel movie that gives you, $5 to $10 million for being in it, or Fan Four Stick, where, it got so bad that Miles Teller almost punched Josh Trank in the face. So,
wow,
yeah. It's kind of a
I
mess.
like that you call it Fan Four Stick too, as well. Like that's like the universal name, Fan Four Stick.
Yeah, it can't. It's not. It's certainly not Fantastic Four. That's a totally different product there. Yeah,
I call it Fan Four Shit. That's a better name.
Yeah, that is a good name for it. Fan Four Shit. Yeah. Cool.
All right. Well, I guess that just leaves me. So, as I mentioned, I'm filling in for No Green Rocks today. He's doing some family stuff, and hope he's having a good day with that. So, instead of the host and creator of the Legion of Memers, you get the producer hosting the show today. So, I'm doing all right. I got over the flu. Last week I was just behind the scenes and I had no voice for the most part. And now I'm feeling like 97%. I only have like a little bit of a cough left, but there's a bad flu going around that sucks. I hope nobody gets it, especially around the holidays. But I kicked its ass. I finally got myself back in the gym last night and I'm feeling good. I'm ready to rock and roll because we got a lot of cool stuff to talk about today. And I'm looking forward to getting into it. Before we do, let's go ahead and shout out some of the folks in the chat. And again, if you are watching us here live on YouTube or Rumble, pop it in that chat. We got Brown Gaijin over in on the Rumble chat saying sup. Good to see you, buddy. And if you're watching us over on Rumble, don't be shy. It's a good place to watch us. Let's kick off the YouTube chat. We got Tris starting it off saying, let's go. We've got Cell Shade saying, hail the Legion. We've got Wookie Be Bad in here saying, all hail the Legion. Also, Godzilla is amazing. I really want to see it. Tris coming in with the late and Kenzo. Targeting Kenzo. That's hard.
Oh,
that's right. Target Kenzo.
Leighton Swifty.
Yeah, right. We got Professor Savage Dad with the hail. Hail to you, brother. Always good to see you. We've got Dermy in here with the hail all. We've got Sit Me Senpai over here with a hello. We got True Pop Culture saying hello to everyone.
Hello, Pop.
D-Day McLean, my boy, saying, hail to you, good sir. We've got Dino Rama in here saying, hail to the memers. Epic Mike looks as he could be Quarter Black's relative.
All black people are related, so yes.
Mhm.
And Dino Rama saying, good for you, Kenzo. We've got
Good
my
for
boy
you.
Winterfell in here. Hail, friends. Keep up the solid memes. We will not disappoint. Ron Smith saying, the devil made me do it. Was
He does that.
I do.
He's
And
very.
then following up, who killed Az? Was it RTD with Dr. Hill?
No, he didn't
Yeah,
even
who did
watch
kill
it.
Az?
so-
What's the origin of that meme?
Wasn't it AIDS?
Him having a trans makeover.
That's how he lost all the weight.
That's what I was thinking. He did this sort of like Tom Hanks in Philadelphia. Like,
Yeah, Antonio
I've seen that-
Banderas. Somebody meme that where it's Antonio Banderas at Az's bedside.
Just
Yeah.
just infect yourself with a really severe disease and you'll lose a bunch of weight. It's the easiest way to do it. Yeah.
I mean, I'll tell you, that flu got me like past my plateau. I like plateaued. I stepped on the scale after the flu and I was like, oh
See?
shit, I'm under 190. That's awesome.
Yeah. You just got to make sure the disease doesn't kill you. That's all. As long as it's
Exactly.
not a disease that kills you but makes you really sick, there you go. Lose a ton of weight. I'm just kidding. Don't go out and get sick on purpose,
Yeah,
please.
Yeah, they'll have
Please
a
consult a
disclaimer on
medical
those.
professional. We are
This
not.
Discovery commercials will have a disclaimer like Discovery HIV is not a weight loss plan.
Yeah.
Shot at
Also
Dermy stepping
a-
on the scale
you
and
hear
looking
that?
at
Damn.
More so
that
like a-
face, that exact face right here in the Discovery commercial.
And then all you hear is just horribly bad Bruce Springsteen playing in the background.
The streets of Philadelphia. CJP will get the rights for that one. Like Dermy will slide him in there. Like, look,
No.
you don't have to license him.
Is it
You don't
just
want me to
me?
side up into anything.
No. Is it just me or like I haven't seen Dermy smile in like months.
He can't.
Sometimes I sneak in
He
on
lost
his
it. He's
streams
like-
and I watch him,
Hey.
and he just looks like he wants this. That's not a real smile. That's what I
Yeah.
mean. Like somebody's like, "Oh man, how you doing?" And he's like,
Yeah, turn that
okay."
Quick,
croissant
clip it.
upside
Clip it
down.
quick.
Yeah,
Clip it and put it in a meme somewhere.
Somebody
There we
clip that. There we go.
Yeah.
Perfect. Beautiful.
He's lost his smile like Shawn Michaels.
yeah. That's
Yes,
what I'm
it's in the-
saying. We got to get him back into it. Yeah, we got to get him back into drugs or something. So you.
Well, Epic Mike, you
I-
can give him that smile back. You know how.
Yeah.
Demi
Hollywood
looks like
No, he said it
smile-
wasn't as big as he was hoping it was. He's not going to smile anymore.
Sorry, I'm
I
Well-
might want to check something in the private chat. I mean, Dermy's smile looks like exactly with that face in the private chat.
Oculus. what
Oh,
did you
good
do?
lord.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck off.
Ah!
Am I gonna regret clicking?
Oh,
Ugh.
Yes, I
I'll tell you that
Oh,
boy
man.
right.
But what is
That'll be you,
right?
Dermy. He looks like you.
What is right is
I
we
don't
have our
like
friend
what you're
Gal
saying.
waving to us.
Hey,
Oh,
gal.
dude.
Hey,
Yeah.
Gal,
Yeah.
Wiki bestie.
Hey.
We've got D-Day McLean saying no blue pop today. He's got proper lighting going on.
Yeah. Blue
Day.
pop is non-existent now. I fixed my lighting. I got a new light bulb. So
Well, there you go.
There
Can't
may
meme
be
on
a
me
blue
anymore.
pop meme. There may be one.
that's all. That's yesterday's news. Jeez.
Alec Baldwin's finger with a hail.
Don't
We
miss.
got
Never
Epic
misses.
Mike in here with the hail as well.
Yeah.
We've got Grumpy Old Gamer in here with the algorithmic arrival annotation. That's
The
mouthful.
AAA.
The AAA. We've got the coconut with the elbow cough emoji. Unfortunately, that doesn't.
It's also a
through.
dab.
Let's see. And Bakova coming in with a comment saying, "Isn't Adrian Brody that was about Wes Anderson movies? Or is that just a rumor that Wes doesn't pay him much? There are a lot of actors that work for free.
Yeah, Adrian Brody might have taken a big pay cut for that stuff too. I mean, yeah, Miles Teller only took $8,000 for Whiplash.
Wow.
So, yeah. But like I said, there's a lot of actors, there are a lot of people in the industry that'll take a lot less money to be part of a project that they believe in and stuff and that they're excited about. And it kind of just goes to show, I mean, you listen to some of these actors, the reason that a lot of these actors don't want to be in Marvel movies is they just don't want to sign that like 8-movie contract where they
Right.
have to be in those. They don't want to be in them. They obviously like to pay, You know, I mean, they were offering Robert Downey Jr. a ton of money, but after a while, they're like, I don't want to do this anymore. Like, you know, the only reason they got Robert Downey Jr. to come back is because he saw the script for Civil War and thought, oh, they're actually going somewhere with this. So,
I wonder
It
if
doesn't shock me.
RDJ took a pay cut for Oppenheimer.
it's a good question. I mean, they had a lot of people in that movie for what, $100 million budget.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And he did say like it was like probably the best movie he's ever been in and whatnot.
Yeah.
Which
Yeah, it was
debatable,
pretty
but
nuts.
yeah.
I still need to see it. I missed it. I'm just gonna go out and buy a copy of it. And
Yeah, if you're
give it a watch.
Japanese, you won't like it.
Controversial take. I thought it'd be better.
Fortunately,
it was good,
I'm just
but I thought it'd be
Irish and
better.
Spanish, so
Well, let me tell you, I don't understand why Oppenheimer didn't show this everything from the Japanese perspective.
Yeah.
I wonder why.
Nor did I see John Cena's penis, and I was slightly disappointed.
Really
What would the
frustrating,
Japanese perspective be? Just living a normal life, then a flashing
I mean,
white light, and the end.
there's Grave of the Fireflies and there's Barefoot Jen. Those are two great ways to get the Japanese perspective of that period.
Right, that's the aftermath. I'm saying, like,
Yeah.
you're showing
Well,
the bomb, then it's gonna end one way, the flashing
Well, I
lights.
mean,
and
to
then
be
the end.
fair, Barefoot Jen shows before. I mean, from the only perspective that matters is really the citizens, not the. I mean, if they wanted to make. I mean, there have been movies on Pearl Harbor. Granted, Michael Bay did the one that everybody
We
knows,
don't-
but
Me and Collie
don't
Mark
talk about
actually reviewed a movie that come out in the 80s called When the Wind Blows. It's an animated movie, and that's exactly what it's about. It's about a nuclear strike by the Russians in the Cold War on the UK, and it's about an old couple, how they basically are dying of radiation sickness. Like, it's pretty fucking dark. But like we commented on that you don't normally see that perspective. It's normally the bomb, and that'll be the end of the movie. But
have you ever seen Barefoot Jen, Kenzo?
no, I can't say I have seen that one.
Yeah.
I've seen Grave of the Fireflies.
Yeah, a lot of people
I
have
need to
seen
see Grave of the Fireflies. Isn't that anime?
that's
Yeah.
that's brutal one, man. That's a rough
Yeah,
one.
that's a
Both of them.
hard one to get through.
Barefoot Jen shows the bomb going off and like what it does to people, and like a lot of people have clipped that. That's how I first became aware of it. Was like 15 years ago, and I saw the clip out of context.
The original Godzilla was supposed to be a commentary on the actual bombs themselves. That's why
Yes, it was.
its head was supposed to be designed to be the actual mushroom cloud and everything, and that's what they were scared of. The nuclear bomb affected countries very differently. Japan's terrified of it, while on the flip side, America was very pro it. Well, at one point.
And Bruce saying loved it, Grave with the Fireflies, but could never. It is a very hard watch. It's like a one and done. It's like one of those movies like Requiem for a Dream. You see it once, it's poignant, never again. Same thing with like that's how I was with Sound of Freedom. It was very poignant. I liked it, but it's like I can never watch that again.
Funny
Same
enough,
with that Doctor Who 60th.
Requiem for a Dream. I played like 2-3 minutes of it. And I'm like, I'm bored. I'll watch this later. I've been
What's Sound
meaning
of
to watch Requiem for a Dream for a while.
Oh yeah, Requiem's insane, especially if you have it. I don't know if like the later releases do it, but like when it first came out on DVD and I had it, like the DVD menu was a complete mind fuck because it starts off like your TV's glitching out, and yeah.
Okay, I mean, maybe I'll get through it one day, but you know, I'm just hearing like it's depressing. You need to watch it. I'm just like, what is it a must watch or what?
Yes,
It's fine.
but it's a one and done.
Okay.
Before we get into our Doctor Who discussion, we do have to shout out our sponsor. We have an affiliate with Coffee Brand Coffee, so we want to thank Jeremy from the Quartering for giving us this opportunity. And before we get into our show, I just want to go ahead and play our clip for CBC.
Are you tired of the grind of everyday life? Are you fed up with not having energy to get up in the morning? Do you constantly feel as if everything is colored in grey and life constantly plays sad music everywhere you go? And for some reason, it always rains wherever you go outside.
Well, turn that frown upside down. The Legion of Memers is here to give you some chuckles, Jathingus. And we're happy to bring you something to help give you that extra kick to get you up in the morning. Introducing Coffee Brand Coffee. Fresh roasted with no gimmicks and plenty of flavors to choose from. Use code HAIL the LOM to get 10% off and to help support the channel.
Good stuff. Good stuff. Good stuff. True Pop. Good stuff. Paul Hadouken doing those voiceovers there. There's still plenty of time to get some Coffee Brand Coffee just in time for the holidays. I'm considering some of the bourbon flavored, and yeah, they do have teas, gal, so you can send teas.
My favorite line of that whole trailer commercial is still and rain follows you wherever you go.
Nah, that's just God pissing on me because he likes it.
That's fair. That's fair.
But yeah, consider using that code Hail the LLM for a discount. It'll help out a small business, Coffee Brand Coffee. Again, Jeremy from the Quartering. We are very thankful for that sponsorship opportunity. Helps him out, helps us out. And if you are a coffee drinker, it is some good stuff.
I've been drinking it every day. It's nice and cold again, so I'm drinking coffees in the morning. I can't drink it when it's hot out.
I do cold brew. I've got my cold brew container, and that's the way I do it. I actually got into doing cold brew when I first switched over to doing carnivore. I was like, I can't do sodas anymore. Haven't been drinking sodas at all. Needed to get caffeine from somewhere, and tea just doesn't cut it. So I talked to Adam Krigler about it, and I got set up with cold brew, and it's been ever since I've been all about it. So
I have a funny story about carnivore diets. I bought like an air fryer, right? Especially for me, for the steaks. I've been trying it much more, and I couldn't be asked cleaning out the air fryer, so I bought baking like paper underneath it, and it worked. 2 or 3 times. On the third try, I think I cut too much, and as soon as I pulled it out, on fire.
The parchment paper?
Yes.
Yeah, I wouldn't put parchment paper in an air fryer. I'd use heavy duty foil.
Put too much in. I just couldn't be asked, And
well, there's a meme there of True Pop burning his flat down.
Yeah. I was just like,
this cake's on fire.
Breaking. Anna says that the resemblance between Dermy and Jeremy is uncanny.
Yeah, it's pretty weird.
And
You're muted.
Jeremy, you're muted.
I wasn't going to say anything. I was just letting him go. He was going on.
I was trying to say, am I Jeremy from Geeks and Gamers or Jeremy from the Quartering?
Yeah, you got to be Jeremy from the Quartering.
Yeah, I know.
You have too much eyebrows.
It's Jeremy from the Quartering, and it's like a Mr. Hyde Jekyll
Jeremy
thing.
One of us is straight and the other one's gay.
It's like when Ryan Roger Athey says that I look like John Delaraz.
I mean, hey, I got a shout out on FNT last night, so.
Well, speaking of FNT, let's kick off our, well, really not FNT so much as Nerdrock, but let's kick off our Doctor Who discussion here. I'm going to start off with this clip here.
Is this from today or last week?
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
From last week.
Tell them, Gary. Oh.
The entire episode's a trans allegory.
Yes, it fucking was.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Doctor, why are we discussing this shit? I don't give a shit about
because
Dr.
it was an
Y.
episode for kids.
But
Was
Dr.
it
Y. I'm gonna call it Dr. Y
Episode
for
for
now
kids.
on, not Dr.
There's
Who.
a fucking 20-year-old, 19-year-old fucking Scottish boy playing a fucking 14, 15-year-old fully transitioned kid. That's
Yeah, they're playing someone.
You don't know if
15
they're
years
fully
old.
transitioned. Let's be
well,
fair.
fuck. All right, okay.
I don't want
Whatever.
to be checking up that skirt.
Why did they have to make them play someone 15 years old? That's my concern. Like,
Mhm.
One thing they play
Yeah,
like
it was
20
it was kind of creepy seeing a 25-year-old person run around acting like a kid. She's all, I make plushie toys and I have a clubhouse, and I'm all like, you look like you're
Yeah, I
freaking
know.
adult here. What are you doing?
Oh, that is creepy.
And
That is
the like, I don't know if you boys noticed being all American and shit, but the Scottish accent kept kind of creeping through, like, and that it should have been like a Cockney girl. Like you listen to Donna and a fella, they're like fucking East End Cockneys. You know what I mean? You'd expect the daughter to sound like that as well, when she didn't.
Yeah.
well,
that's
they're British
because,
and they should not pay attention to that, Kenzo. So
I don't
whatever.
know if it was meant to be if it was like actually like a jab at Rose herself, the actress who does Rose herself. I think it's Yasmin something. But when Donna says, yeah, she can't act at all, I don't know how to tell her, that's the most accurate line in that whole episode. Because the Rose actress cannot act.
Actor.
9 million people will die. That is how her inflection is. She has no range of emotion. But when it came to this week's episode, it was actually decent. But it does beg the question: do I think it's decent because last week was just so shit?
Well, this is the thing. The last one, like the message was shit, but like if I have to try and say something nice about it, there was parts of it that looked good. It was shot well, you know, compared to like even previous seasons. Like some of the effects they used weren't as cringe as they
Because
are.
they have a higher budget now. Due to
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, and it showed. It looked good. I'm trying to say something nice about it. Like, come on, man.
It's hurting.
Yeah.
I mean, when you compare, like, there were some moments with the Doctor and Donna where they're bitter banter, where they're going back and forth, that it just flowed very well. But then you compare it to this week's episode where it is just them on the screen the entire time, and it feels like you're back watching the Dr. Donna era. They have just a perfect connection together, and I loved it so much. But you can actually point out like what was truly missing from last week's episode, besides just the focus on social, like all trans identity, making everything a trans allegory. This week you have a few lines, one main like actual race change from historical context, a dumb joke, and then for the most part it is a self-contained episode that is actually kind of terrifying.
Yeah, like Dermy said, there's little parts where you're like, you know, the timeless children and stuff, but there was no cringe, and that first episode was all cringe the whole time. This was the complete opposite. So like I think Adam Soldier Spirit said it's like a shit sandwich. You know, you got the shit on this side, the good something in the middle, and shit on the other side is what we're expecting from the next episode. But it was a good episode.
Yeah, on one side you got like a malevolent creature that's like posing as like a cute little thing that everyone's supposed to love, and then on the other side you've got the Meep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Meep did nothing wrong. I said with the Meep. The Meep was very accurate in what he wanted to do. Well, the Meep wanted to do. Yeah. No, just destroy 9 square miles of London so he could leave and bring chaos amongst the universe, which was the accurate thing within the world of Doctor Who right now. Like, it's all shit. But
there's a couple cities I'd like him to land in California.
Just a couple.
It's funny because I'm actually still very new to Doctor Who. I'm currently on David Tennant's run, and I'm like maybe halfway through it, and I love David Tennant. He's already my favorite Doctor, and I've had a great time with it. But imagine being someone who is so full of yourself and so arrogant that you think that a being that exists outside of time, that has been alive for centuries, millennia, longer than you probably can comprehend being alive, has the nerve to correct somebody on the use of fucking pronouns to an alien. It's not even about the pronouns. Why are you correcting him about anything? You don't know anything. You have no knowledge that he could possibly have that like you think that he doesn't understand how things work and how he should interact with people. And the fact that he looks at her and goes, "Oh, right. I didn't even think about that." I'm like, "What are you talking about? Of course you thought about that, because then you literally ask him or ask the Meep, 'Hey, what do you think about what do you like to go by?' And he's like, I go by Meep." And he's like, "Cool. Yeah, I go by the Doctor." "Oh, you mean you've already thought about this shit before? So why did you include this in the fucking writing, except that you don't understand Doctor Who anymore?" Like, I get that he was writing earlier episodes. The thing is, early Doctor Who, I think Russell T Davies was a good writer. I think he did a really good job. But holy shit, what happened to you?
So,
Like-
he ended up having his husband pass away due to cancer, and he fell deep into his actual like politics as a like coping mechanism, and it shows very well last
It makes
episode
sense.
with the
Yeah.
Meep episode. Like it is front and center. This is what you want kids to see, but then you see this episode that we just saw, and it's like this feels like you know how to still write, you know how to still do all this stuff. Like it's night and day.
You
and
know,
it's really sad. But go ahead.
Oh no, I was just gonna say it's funny. There's this one throwaway line where the Meep says that silly weird child or something, referring to Rose, and it's all like, okay, here's an advanced alien species, and they think your stupid pronoun crap is fucking weird and crazy. Maybe think about that.
Yeah,
Well, it's like I don't even recognize this version of the Doctor. It's not the 14th Doctor; it's the 16th Doctor. Because he's getting cucked his entire run until Ncuti Gatwa shows up and starts sexily at the first Doctor.
That's just the thing. Like this past episode, none of that was there. Like the Doctor had Doctor moments. You had entire moments where he's just standing up there being the Doctor. And yes, he gets, I don't want to admit it, he gets confronted with the timeless child moment. And then he goes away and he rages out for a moment like Tennant would do. And then he just stands up and goes like, "I'm the Doctor. I got to figure this out." It was so good. And I don't know why did you have to do this? Why did you have to wait till now to give us this episode? Because if you gave this episode at the beginning, this level of writing and stuff, and then gave us our shit episode, like even if you just kept with the whole specials being this good level of writing, then started Ncuti off with the crappy social justice episodes, people wouldn't have cared. You would have at least given us 3 decent episodes. Instead, we might just get 1.
I just don't get like these people like, and again, like you know, you gave me some interesting perspective there because I'm not a Doctor Who fan. I didn't know that happened with RTD and his husband, but I just don't understand these people, either here or in the DC comics or elsewhere, where their identity is like something that they constantly keep at the forefront of their conversations. Like, for what it's worth, I think I have a fairly diverse group of friends and people in my life. And, I have friends that are gay and none of them, like we have conversations for months and their sexuality never comes up.
You go into some of RTD's interviews, he never brings up the fact that he is gay. He never talks about that.
Right.
He'll bring up like, we need to have gay representation so that we can end homophobia and transphobia and everything like that. But it's like, but you knew how to create a character like this. Captain Jack Harkness is a perfect example of a character who was fully fleshed out, was an actual individual who happened to be omnisexual, but pansexual is what you would call it now.
I think Robert Kirkman does a good job in his comics, especially I love the Walking Dead comics still. No, I'm not talking about Invincible, the series.
Right,
I'm talking about
eventually I'm worried that it's gonna turn for the worse. Invincible.
Well, I'm just saying, like,
it is.
In the Walking Dead comics, there are gay characters like Aaron and Jesus are both gay, and they just happen to be gay. It's not a cornerstone of who they are as people.
A big argument that's been going on Twitter right now is Doctor Who's always been woke. Doctor Who's always been woke. They don't realize that
there's
political
gaslighting all
there's
over the place
gaslighting.
with this.
Yes, but they don't realize
Star Trek too.
It's always
they don't realize that you might have
hasn't always been woke. It's different.
Well, the difference is there used to be nuance, and there used to be nuance, and there used to be like presentation of ideas that bucked, social acceptance. But at the end of the day, they left it up to the audience ultimately
Well,
to.
I saw somebody who put a bunch of clips together to try to justify Doctor Who always being woke. And to tell you how stupid these guys are, the second clip in this whole very fast-paced moment is the Doctor Who saying the most base thing ever, basically implying taxation is theft. In England. It was fantastic. And it's like, you guys don't even know what you're saying. You're trying to boil everything down to sexuality. Even the people that are liking what's going on right now, saying Doctor Who's always been woke, they just boil RTD down to being nothing more than a sexuality. And I'm like, I don't like where he's writing is right now, but he's more than just being a gay guy. He was a good writer at one point who suffered a tragedy. But all you guys can do is boil these people down to black, gay, trans, anything like this. You don't actually have characters that are developing. That's why the perfect comparison is always Jack to Rose. Rose is just trans. Well, Rose Noble, the current Rose. Rose is just trans. Jack is a character.
Yeah, 100%. And the thing is, like, yeah, this is not new to media. They're not revolutionizing anything to have gay characters, to have trans characters. These are all things that have been in media before. And
Captain Jack was great.
Captain Jack was great. And people use him as an excuse. They're like, well, see, Doctor Who was always woke. No, here's the thing. It wasn't that it was okay then and it's not okay now. It's that back then it was part of the story, and now it is become a centerpiece of like a narrative. The narrative, like Dermy was saying, like the narrative is, I'm trans, or I'm a woman, I have a vagina, I am an alien with pronouns, or
pay attention to me because of
that. Validate this experience and this existence of this character because they're in a franchise that you love, not this is a character that has this thing about them that actually may never even come up. Like, could you imagine? Here's the thing that people don't seem to get. If we were watching Doctor Who with Christopher Eccleston and Captain Jack shows up, and the first thing he does is he stops and he goes, "Hi, yeah, make sure to get my pronouns right. And did you know that I kind of swing no matter? I'm omnisexual. I screw everybody, and I just want to make sure you guys understand where I'm coming from, and you understand where I'm at as a character, so that you know going forward when I do things that." You didn't have to explain any of that. You just have the character be what he is. And not only that, I was like blown away that he mouth kisses the Doctor. Nobody was pissed off.
Yeah, they did it well with him. They made funny situations that got the point across that he will literally fuck anything that moves.
And
and it worked.
I'm not going to spoil anything, Mike.
But the new one, there was so many points where, like you said, it was just box checking. And it was right in your face, like the lady in the wheelchair, like that whole thing, like the guy. There was like a Sikh unit officer that didn't have a helmet on. He had his turban on. Like just them little moments. They just cram it. They're just there for the sake of ticking a box. They didn't add or progress the story in any way, shape, or form. It's just
who literally the Sikh guy shows up again to be a good guy, but then doesn't show up ever again.
No, that's what I'm saying. It's just a box check, and then he's a throwaway character.
Yeah.
And Mike, I'm not going to spoil anything, but Jack comes back eventually, and they'll do like little moments where Jack will look at it like an alien or a human or whatever, and just be like, "Hey," and the Doctor will say, "Stop it." That's it.
It's like too, like you have an alien spaceship will crash into a steelworks. Yeah, so you're going to send your armored unit officers down there, but so you send your science officer that's in a wheelchair down there, that's not in any armor, not a bulletproof vest on. She's wearing like a red
brand new character
and makeup and shit. Like,
doesn't Jack have his own show?
Yeah, Torchwood.
I've not seen that. Is that what you're seeing?
My biggest complaint about the wheelchair lady was, well, one, it was stupid and contrived, but two, the look on her face when the Doctor's getting dressed down by Donna and Rose, she had that just swarmy smirk on her face. I'm like, can I just break the rest of your spine so you can't move at all anymore? And
in Minecraft?
Yeah. Okay, it was painful.
Well, she's also a brand new character. She was never there before, and you have a whole area where the Doctor does exposition dump, but does it like in an emotional way to this brand new character that is never seen ever before. but we're supposed to have this emotional connection to her. But hey, she has rockets in her actual wheelchair.
Did anyone actually say to her, "Oh, you're good"? Because they
No, but they apologized for making stairs up to the area where the psychedelic sun was.
What?
They apologize. Yes.
What?
So the unit people come in, they design stairs up to enter into like the actual rocket. And one of the unit guys looks at her and goes like, "Sorry, Mom, we made them stairs, so you can't go up there."
They Ed 209'd her.
Good Lord.
That's the
I
only reason she was spared from the psychedelic sun, because she couldn't physically go up there.
I love how she's all, I'm science officer. What was it, like 40 something? Number 40. I'm sitting there like, okay, a spaceship literally lands in the middle of London, and you send the 47th level of the science officers, like especially the one in the wheelchair, not like somebody I don't know who could actually move around a factory.
Yeah, 44 is just a head.
By the way, Crickler's in chat.
Oh snap! What's up, Adam?
Oh yeah.
And he said he's out because you're here, Mike.
Yeah, that's fair. I understand. He has to come out because I'm here. I get it.
We see how it is. Hail, Adam. Good to see you in here, buddy.
Hey, usually he's running away because of me. So
Everyone's running away because of you, dummy.
Yeah.
Well,
we gotta protect our behindmans. Come on.
One thing we shouldn't run from is apparently Drunk 3PO's Miss Butterworth apples. Have you guys seen this?
No.
No.
So
what is
Nerd
this?
Wars clipped
Oh,
this.
no.
He says, due to the incredibly constraining time limit of 10 to 15 minutes that the tyrannical D-Day Cobra clip put on me, I had to cut this clip from the Fortnite video. But the internet needs to know about Drunk 3PO and his Miss Butterworth apples. Let's give this a watch here.
Krista,
What?
did you take my apple?
Yeah. Jay has goes to the grocery store and he always buys the soggy apples.
No, these are Miss Butterworth. Wait, what's her name?
Butterworth?
Wait, is it? Hold on.
think he makes
Krista.
And so apparently
Granny
there is
Smith?
more
Is he
now.
talking about Granny Smith?
I think he is talking about Granny.
Yeah,
Unless he's talking about like
apple.
Pink Lady. I mean, what else? Would he be
there is
talking
like Pink
about?
Lady apples. There's other.
He's definitely
species
talking
of
about
apples,
Granny
but-
Smith apples.
Everyone
Why
loves
on
them
earth would you
mammy
think it was
apples.
butter. Like, there's no buttery apples. What is he on about?
Bro, what are you up to, Dermy? What have you done to these people?
We'll give you bad saying.
There's a lot of trauma response in the chat here.
There's
Listen,
cornfields in Kansas, right?
There's cornfields in Kansas, but they're protecting their back tacos. That's all they're doing.
Well,
They're
that's-
scared of that.
That's like that line from Half Baked. Like, Kenny, what's prison like? Well, fellas, you ever run through a cornfield backwards and naked? That's what it's like.
Thief, sir.
That's pretty good.
So I guess that's what it's like visiting Kansas. We also have in our community news, D-Day McLean was cool enough to clip this. We had given out some of these to folks in the community at the London meetup, and we've got our boy Quarter Black repping a Legion shirt. Let me go ahead and add this here.
Gonna bring it in.
And what did I do? I added him.
Look at that.
Gonna bring it
And what
in.
did I
And
do?
we
I
actually
added him.
do have a Flagrant Triggers site. If you're interested in getting a Legion t-shirt and repping us yourself, I'm going to put the link in the chat. But you can head on over to the Flagrant Triggers site and pick up some Legion merch. It's going to help us out, and you're going to look good doing it. So if you're watching us on YouTube or Rumble, I've gone ahead and I've put that link in the chat here. If you're interested in picking up a Legion shirt, we've got multiple styles. We've got the No Green Rock shirt. We've got the Legion logo. We've got the Legion Authority stamp, and we've got a comic book covered shirt. Get it in time for the holidays, or just get one to look good and help out the Legion of Memers and rep us where you go.
I just bought a Legion of Memers Speedo. I'm excited about.
You're not gonna model that one for us, are you?
Oh yeah, I've already sent the picture.
Is it just a Legion of Doom head on the front? Because that would be fucking cool.
On the ball bag.
We call this the Nobbin Speedo.
All right, we got more hate watch stuff to talk about. Apparently, Halo Season 2 is still happening.
God
Not
damn
touching,
it.
not touching
Everyone-
with a 10-foot pole.
Nobody cares about the Master Cheeks.
Did you guys see that you can now watch the whole first season for free on YouTube?
Yeah, they got to get those
because-
numbers up.
Because nobody wanted to watch it. Nobody cared. Listen, I like to watch cringe. I watched all of Velma. I watched Doctor Who last week. I like to do this stuff. I watched Robin of the Hood. You can't pay me enough to watch this.
Wow. There is a line for Dermy the Great. Wow. You watched
because I
Velma.
actually liked Halo. I actually liked it. And I can't go down this path. I can't.
I heard the recent games suck.
Infinite was
garbage.
okay.
Yeah.
Do you guys reckon they'll
Garbage
keep the
was not playable for the most part. The main story was
The main story was but the multiplayer got garbage pretty quickly.
Yeah.
It just a lot of issues,
Apparently you can play it again, but
They're adding Fire Team to it apparently this week.
You can finally customize your armor as well.
Well, no, you've always been able to customize your armor. But
Not in the right way. Like now you can actually mix and match stuff, not have.
They had those cores where you had certain pieces per core and certain colors per core, and it really was, monetization done wrong. It was very anti-consumer. I played a lot of it. The thing I hated the most about Infinite was, there are two things about the multiplayer I hated. One was when you finished a match, you wouldn't carry over with the people you played with. Instead, you had to sit, rematch make, and then there's that minute-long cutscene showing you everybody's fucking armor loadout. Like, they have their own little animation. It's like, we get it. You want us to buy armor, but a lot of this shit you have to earn through the battle pass, and a lot of these battle passes have already come and gone. You can't earn them anymore. You can't buy them anywhere. So why do I need to sit through a minute cutscene when I could be playing the fucking game? They really didn't respect the player's time or money, and that I think was one of the worst things about it. But as far as this, I mean, where's the interest? I was
gonna tell you. So I didn't know that they had released the full season on their YouTube channel, but like the numbers are abysmal. Like the very first episode has 17,000 views. This is 2 days ago. So you know how YouTube is. Like after a couple days, 17,000, 4,000, 3,000, 2, 1.9, 2.1, 1.2, 1.4, and then the finale has 2.3 thousand views. That's it.
Like my channel.
That
and I have
that
a
is
tiny
amazing.
channel.
Let's actually look.
Oh my god!
They even reposted a
awful.
first look trailer. The first look trailer was an hour ago, and that has like 400,000 views, 430,000 views. But like the comments and stuff, people aren't in. Like people are like, "What is this? I can't believe you guys did another season."
Like in season 2, do you reckon they'll keep John dead in there and not take his helmet off because he's dead?
He already has his helmet off in the trailer. It's like one of the first looks is his fucking face
but
again.
By the end of it, I'm pretty sure he dies.
No, I'm talking about in the trailer for season 2.
Oh.
It's his fucking face is one of the first things you see.
Oh, okay.
I listen. No,
What
you
the
know
hell
what?
did they set up in season 1 then?
I don't know. It's literally his fucking face is the first thing you see. I don't even think you see him with his helmet on the whole trailer.
Wow.
I don't know if we're gonna watch the trailer or not, but like, good lord.
I don't want to play the trailer on here because we'll probably get flagged for it.
I know.
Does he take his entire armor off in the second trailer? Or just
They
the
show
helmet?
him walking around in like regular clothes.
Oh, his ass is going to be out sometime.
There's no way that they're not showing his ass or maybe his dick if they're continuing with the porn parody. Listen, my thing is this: if you're gonna do it, if you're gonna do it, if you want to make people watch it, just go all in on this being like a weird porn parody. Just have set up every episode is like a weird setup to some very long, uncomfortable sex scene between two characters. At one point, you know what? Use that budget, have a Covenant Elite get bent over fully by Master Cheeks and let him clap it. I don't know. Like, go in on this. I would probably watch it. I'd probably be like, you know what? At least it's something. It's transformative content, but they're not even doing that. They're trying to still make this thing serious, and nobody takes it seriously because it's garbage.
You know what's really sad is when you have porn parodies that do like sci-fi shows, and it's better than the actual sci-fi.
And it's better than the real thing. I bet you I could find porn that has better like Halo stuff and content than this show.
I could just see Master Chief getting off the thing, and all of a sudden the porn music kicks in, and he's all like, "I'm
Yeah.
Master Chief, and I bring the beef."
It's like slow version of and he's like, yeah, bro, it looks awful. They even changed Cortana. Isn't even this? It looks like she's different.
Well,
Like,
they
it's a
had the
different person.
actress Jen Taylor that was the voice doing the actual acting. So are
Yeah.
you saying they changed her for season? Because I haven't watched the season 2 trailer yet. Is it different?
She looks different. It doesn't look like Jen Taylor anymore. But I don't know. This might be a totally different AI. Who fucking knows? I'm sure at some point she'll show her ass cheeks too because they can't
I
resist.
wouldn't mind that one. I wouldn't mind
That's
that
fair.
one.
Also, I saw Mr. Bug in the chat.
Hey, Mr. Bug.
Fuck you, Mr. Bug. I got personal beef with you. You ruined my fucking night yesterday. He was going all over Twitter and he was talking about the Suicide Squad Kills the Justice League game and his experience with it, and fuck him. That's all I gotta say.
I can't say too much. I've gotten, he's right. That's all you gotta know is he's right.
Yeah. He hasn't even said that much. He's just shown stuff that everybody else knows about, and I'm still pissed off at him. I'm fucking furious with him.
Well, did he leak the gameplay?
No, he didn't.
No,
He's just talking about it.
Yeah.
No, he's just talking about it. He's just talking about some of his experience with stuff. And fuck him. He ruined my night.
He seems like he's taking it in stride.
Yeah, well, that's because he's pissed off. He's still, he's trying to get revenge on me because he liked Madam Web, and I made fun of him about it.
Wait, Bug, you liked Madam Web?
He was like, this looks kind of promising.
He apparently showed the receipts about Madam Web.
Bug, you need to be getting on, and I've seen the receipts. You need to be getting on Ballbusters and stuff. I need to tear you apart for liking that Madam Web.
Absolutely do. He liked it. He was all in on it and everything. He's still in on it.
Now bring him on. Let's see if we can bring him on.
It's webbing time.
Yeah. Now that looks truly like a porn parody.
We need something spicy up in here.
Yeah.
Well, I have to get going, guys. It's been
No,
fun.
you're not allowed to leave. We already talked about this.
I gotta go. Okay.
You can't.
Shackle him.
I haven't-
you can't.
All right, well, Dermy, we'll give you a quick minute to do your outro here, bud.
You want me
Oh
to go?
shit!
Okay.
Adam coming in hot, saying Madam Web was Mike's nickname in high school.
That's true.
And they had the
This is
same
rough.
writers for Morbius writing Madam Web.
Yeah.
Oh God. Anyways, hi, I'm Dermy Wormy. Check me out on my channel. I have a reaction video actually for the Fallout trailer, and then tomorrow I'll have a reaction video for House of the Dragon coming out, along with my no, actually that's later today now that I think about it. And tomorrow I'll have my reaction to the Doctor Who episode. So check that out, and links in the description hopefully or whatever. But
I'll never
bye,
forgive you
guys.
for leaving.
It's Dermin time.
Yeah.
You'll see my
Yeah.
reaction for Godzilla once I get done. I'm gonna do a whole out of the theater response.
And make sure you take
Okay.
a picture of the empty popcorn bucket with the hole in the bottom.
Yeah.
I'm gonna eat popcorn.
Okay,
Well,
au
yeah,
revoir.
I know. That's why the popcorn bucket's empty.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just full of butter, and there's a hole in the bottom.
That's true. You guys have a good one. It's always fun talking to you, Mike. Take care.
Why did it sound so
Yeah.
painful when he said that? It's always so fun to talk to you.
Because he's not really seeing Godzilla.
He's trying to figure out why his popcorn has this weird Alfredo sauce on it.
He's
Yeah,
got
they're not
he's
showing
got 3
Godzilla at
hours
those
with Ridley
gay
Scott.
porn theaters.
He's got to get. He's
There's
gotta
only
get
one
his,
theater that has the French subtitles around his way.
Wait, that'd be funny. He gets to Godzilla -1, sees it's subbed, and goes, "What? This isn't in French." And leaves.
Sacre bleu!
Please.
So I'm sure everybody's heard about Elon's "Go fuck yourself" moment.
Mhm.
I
Who
mean,
hasn't?
I yeah, exactly. I don't think we need to play the video. 'Cause I think everybody's seen it at this point. But what's interesting is following that has been a wave of Disney Plus users and apparently Hulu users as well canceling subscriptions. So cancel Hulu and cancel Disney Plus are now breakout trends on Google Trends. What the hell is that? you gotta love these ethoughts to slide in.
Come on, Elon, fix it.
Yeah. They'll ban Static 2020 for being a bot. They'll ban Melee Games for being a bot. Yet you got.
He'll tell you to go.
It's still banned.
Tell all these people to go fuck themselves, and won't get rid of the porn bots.
Yeah, exactly.
That whole video, though, of when he said that, the first thing that came to my mind, though, was the scene from Half Baked when he's like, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you. You're cool. Fuck you, I'm out.
I mean, that shit's just distracting.
I gotta ask, like, didn't you guys still have Disney Plus?
No,
No.
I deleted mine months ago.
No, of course not.
I technically still have it, but it's because it's my sister-in-law's account, and she's like, "You use the password. You can use it if you want to." So I'm like, I'm not paying for it, so I can't really say either way.
To be
But
honest, I still have it. You know.
I
My
mean,
sister-in-law uses
Shame.
it. My
Shame.
my mom uses it. My sister uses it. And so I have them sometimes pay for it when I don't feel like
If Mike's brave
Fellas,
enough, then
fellas,
yeah, I
alright?
have it.
I have cancelled every single subscription I ever had. Your Netflix, your Disney Pluses. The only one I kept is Prime, because that shit's useful. You know, everyone needs that.
Yeah.
All right, and completely chillaxed. You know, Netflix is just a giant time waster. You spend half the day looking for stuff to watch instead of actually watching stuff. So
That's true.
it's not really that big of a pain.
There's
But
a
I don't know.
I canceled Disney Plus when Milan came out because when they thanked the Uyghur concentration camps for allowing them to film there, I said to my wife, I was like, we're canceling this. Like, we got a free Disney Plus subscription with Verizon, and I said, no, we're canceling this. And I said, if we want to, at the time, you know, that was prior to Mando season 2, I think. And I was just like, yeah, we're if we want to watch that, we can pirate it or whatever, but we in good conscience, we can't have it. I'm glad to see more people canceling Disney Plus. I have not seen the value in it, and I don't like how they try to slip messaging into stuff that, you know, that kids are watching. I you know, I'm not cool with that at all. I don't like messaging and stuff, you know, that should be escapism as well. But it's interesting to me to see this is something that gets people to cancel Disney Plus and Hulu, but like legitimate social issues, like them thanking people who were participating in genocide, was like not even a blip on the radar. And yeah, I mean, like Wookie says, a lot of people left after they fired Gina, and that was another reason to cancel, another appropriate reason. But you know, I just really want to get you guys' takes on that. Like, I mean, I'm kind of surprised to see this be a reason why people were canceling. But are you guys, you know?
Well, you never know what's gonna hit with the normies, and that's who you know is canceling. Yeah, it's some things they'll pick up on and it'll just go with it. You know, and some things it just right over their head. It doesn't matter. Like I said, I would assume like when they think the concentration camps, you think that would be a big catalyst, but no one really paid attention. But then something like this just hits the right mark, and all of a sudden people are, oh, I'm out now. It's kind of weird.
I've honestly, when it comes to watching stuff online, if I'm not watching on YouTube, I'm usually either watching Tubi or Pluto, because both are free. I don't care about the ads really that much, but Pluto's actually more like actually having cable again. You have channels and they run a specific schedule, or you can watch from the beginning, which is cool. So it gives you both options to watch
Tubi's
old
great.
or watch it new. Like I constantly watch the Riff Tracks channel on Pluto.
I don't have any scruples or morals, so I have those subscriptions because I'm lazy and don't feel like looking for things other places. No, honestly, like a lot of my other family uses stuff, and whenever I cancel, I just get a wave of people being like, "Why did you get rid of that?" And I'm like, oh, "Okay, well, if you guys want to pay for it, then cool." But like, no. Yeah. But yes, like I mean, for like major releases and stuff that I don't feel like going to see and stuff like that, sometimes I find myself on a ship in the sea of the internet, and I'll find some treasure troves of things to check out, you know, stuff like that, because you know, I don't want to go see the Marvels. I don't want to go spend money to do that. I also don't want to sit in the theater to do. I don't want to leave my house. I don't want to put on pants to do that, for various reasons. You know,
and
but
you can have it on 2x speed.
Yeah, that's true. You know, so like, yeah, I definitely understand it, but I think here the thing is, we're in a really weird paradigm shift where we're already seeing like a growing. I know a lot of people will argue that that's not the case because they don't want to see that happening, but we are absolutely seeing a paradigm shift. There's definitely a growing movement of people that have become I wouldn't say like more conservative, but I would definitely say we've seen a massive shift to centrism where people are like, yo, things are getting a little way too extreme for me. And most people, you know, most people fall into like a political category and they just stay there because it's easier. You know, I know people that vote Democrat because they voted Democrat their whole life or whatever, things like that, you know. So I say all of that because now people are kind of starting to wake up to things. Things are getting open enough and aware enough that people are like, they can't not see it anymore. It's in their face all the time, because that's the thing. You can't, if you're on an extreme side of things, you can't just have your people seeing it. You need as many people as possible to agree with you and to validate you. It's an addiction. And so there's been a push like in school systems and all this stuff to get kids on board and to get as many people on board. And now parents are starting to wake up, and most parents are like, yo, I'm not cool with this stuff. So like blah, blah, blah. So now they become aware. And so then you go and look up like somebody like Elon Musk, who's one of the richest people in the world. So you know he's probably a source of authority on something, and for him to be like, yo, go fuck yourself to Disney, and that get all over the internet, all over news publications, and some of them are angry with him. But then when they find, you know, maybe somebody goes and looks up, okay, I'm gonna go look up Disney. Why did he say go fuck yourself, Disney? And now they see what's going on with Disney, what they've been doing, what they did in Florida, some of their stances on things.
I think the Pandaverse played a role too.
And the Pandaverse woke up a lot of people. So now all of a sudden people are like, you know what, hey. And so what it is, and this is a thing that a lot of people don't realize, it happens in YouTube, it happens in social media all the time. A call to action. Go fuck yourself, Disney is a call to action. It makes people go, yeah, like actually, yeah, fuck those guys. Actually, I'm not happy about that. Or maybe somebody's been sitting on it for a while, and maybe they haven't opened up their Disney Plus in it forever, or they don't use Hulu, or blah, blah, blah. Now they're like, hey, yeah, actually, go fuck those guys. I don't want anything to do with them. And so they're sitting there right now, so then they'll go log into their Disney stuff, and they'll cancel it and stuff. So I think that part of it is for Elon, it was almost like a call to action in a way, to basically emphatically state, this is where my line in the sand is, and to see people go like, you know what, actually, I've been kind of sitting on the fence. I'm going to jump on board with this too. So,
well, with the Disney thing going on, do you think how long will it take to have a hostile takeover with Nelson Peltz and Ike Perlmutter?
Here's the thing: somebody talked about that. Like,
I know Flash has been talking about it a lot.
Yeah, who is there to really take over though? Like, I mean, the thing is, this isn't a Bob Iger issue. Like, this is a much bigger issue when you actually start getting into it, and this is where it starts to get a little scary for people. But like, Disney, the primary shareholder of Disney is BlackRock, and they have already stated years ago in like panel, you know, at these summits and stuff, they flat out said when like, I'm summarizing like what he said, but basically it was like, when people don't line up with what you want them to, you then have to force them to. You have to make it happen. So some of these decisions are coming from a much higher place and a much more influential place that nobody's really talking about. Everybody wants to get mad at Bob Iger and Bob Chapek and stuff, and yes, they definitely have something to do with it, but there are much higher, much more influential people that have already stated what they want to see, and those people own their controlling stake in a lot of companies. So when you see a Coca-Cola commercial that is out there and they have like, you know, a commercial where Kim Kardashian is handing a Coke to Dylan Mulvaney while a bunch of like half-naked dudes bang each other in the background, and they're like, hey, embrace equality. That's BlackRock telling them they want that kind of stuff in their movies. Those are their controlling shareholders saying, this is the kind of stuff we need to see in your company. A lot of these major investment groups are the ones that are pushing for DEI and pushing for these audits and stuff. And these companies are having to deal with this and go, what do we do? You know, and people are like, why are their shareholders not angry about this? Their shareholders are the ones telling them to do it. It's the smaller guys that are upset, but the big guys that own a lot of the money, they're the ones saying it. We already know because we've watched it with video game companies. These investment groups buy them. Look at what they fucking did with wow, I just forgot the name of it.
And Anheuser-Busch?
No, the video game that just came out that crashed.
Starfield.
No, not Starfield. I can't remember it. It was like the GTA ripoff.
Oh, Saints Row. Yeah.
Saints Row, yes.
Yeah.
We're like, there was like a very bombastic out there game, and then they're like, yeah, we're gonna bring it in here. So like, you got characters running around talking about taking hybrids because it's better for the environment, better for the carbon footprint and shit. Who the fuck like thought that was a good idea. Nobody except somebody with influence came in and said, "You need to do this. We
And
need
then
to see
Sweet Baby Inc. has ties to BlackRock as well, from what I understand. Like
and Spider-Man 2 story.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, the other thing too that a lot of people don't know is who Charlie Disney is. With Charlie Cora was Roy Disney's kid. I don't know what they originally were, but they're a non-binary person. And you know, the thing is that whole family is like deeply tied to the Human Rights Campaign. So it goes down to like the heirs of Disney themselves actually being entrenched in this sort of identity politics game right now, where they care more about the message than they care about actually turning a profit. Like for them, that's more important because they have fuck you money for now.
Yes.
You know,
that's exactly it. They have fuck you money. And so they don't care that they're losing it because they're like, oh, what's a couple $1 billion? Like, I don't give a fuck about that. Like, especially if it's going to make the world that I want to live in exist, you know? And that's the thing. Like, we also don't always see the fact that, like, in other countries, some countries don't give a fuck, but other countries, like, this has been forced on a lot of people's throats and stuff. And I mean, I know people that I know, and I know you guys can attest to this, like in the UK and stuff, it's not like it is here in America. You can't just run your mouth about stuff like we get to over here, you know, and stuff like that. And that's scary shit. But like, I don't know. It's just crazy to me to see some of the conversations that are happen in some of these countries where like those things have never been an issue before. You got somebody in Ireland talking about how angry they are about all the white people. I'm like, it's fucking Ireland. Right. What are you talking about? Do you know how we got half of the people that we do of color in this country? It wasn't a pleasant experience for them for the first couple hundred years. Like now that we're here, like, but you can't make that argument that like, well, I just don't see myself represented. I'm like, what are you talking about? It's fucking Ireland.
Right. Imagine if I went into the middle of Africa and I was like, oh, it's not white enough in here. Like
that's exactly it. If you went to Africa and you're like, where are all the white people? I don't understand. People would look at you like you're crazy. You know,
it's recently like we had like the World Cup and stuff like, and there was sports commentators that were saying that about like, oh, the England team. If you look at it, there's a few too many white faces. It's not really diverse enough. Like, but they wouldn't dare say that like about the Ghana team.
No.
Or, like it's fucked.
Yeah, it's absolutely insane. Where the white women at?
Snowing up in here. Good to see you, buddy.
Well, that's what you think of.
Excuse me while I whip this out.
Do a couple more quick hits before we end on memes. We've had some good discussions going. You guys want to talk X-23, or is that kind of beating a dead horse? I think maybe
that's rumor mill. Let's be honest.
Let's talk about one that I think is an interesting speculative one. You know, and it's also relevant with Godzilla -1 coming out right now. So I'm sure you guys have seen this reported. But the director of Godzilla -1, Takashi Yamakaze, I hope I'm saying that correctly, states that he wants to make a Star Wars film. And he says, I watched Star Wars, and that's how I ended up being a filmmaker. I'm really hoping I will get a call. I have mixed feelings on this. I think he'd be great. But again, like, you know, like you were talking about, Mike, they're with anything, any property that they've got, there are greater powers at work here. And I don't think that he could make a tight budget Star Wars movie with Soul.
No, they wouldn't let him. We've already seen it because when they tried to do it before with Solo and when they tried to, you know, and Rogue One and stuff like that. I mean, like, I know Rogue One is like a better received Star Wars property of the new stuff, but the fact is, like, that underwent massive reshoots. There's a ton of stuff that got cut out of that movie, and the same with Solo. Like a ton of
Lord and Miller got yeeted.
Yeah, Lord and Miller, who are like hot right now, like in the industry, you know. So that's the thing that sucks is I would love to see people get to put their foot in, like the you know, into Star Wars, into all these Disney properties and try new, unique things. But Disney is not in the place to take risks. They're not in the business of taking risks. They're in the business of making the most profitable thing that they possibly can. And a really great example of that is what they did with, like, Shang-Chi. They could have given that movie to a guy who was interested in doing martial arts. And yes, there's some martial arts stuff in there. But by the end of the movie, it's like a weird, mystical, like, fantasy.
It's like Doctor Strange.
Yeah, which could have... that could have been its own movie that built into that, but like there's so much going on in like Shang-Chi, and it's obvious that not all of that was just the director's vision. There had to be world building involved in all of that to build up what's going to happen and where does it connect to the bigger franchises. I don't see them giving him the reins to actually make his own thing. I just see them using him in name only, and I wouldn't be surprised. Like, let's say he does get the call, I wouldn't be surprised once he starts working on it to walk away from it and be like, I don't want to do this anymore. Never mind. Because we've seen a lot of creative directors do that with Disney, walk away and leave because they don't want to work with Disney anymore. So,
But did they mention like a potential email leak that involves with the several directors that left or something? I know Drunk 3PO mentioned something.
I mean, he's talked about that. Yeah, there's been some of that, and there's just been really public ones. I mean, but we also saw like they got Sam Raimi to come back for Multiverse of Madness because the original director of Doctor Strange 1 left. I don't remember his name off the top of my head right now.
Scott Derrickson?
Yeah, he left. He was like, creative differences, because he had told everybody what he wanted to do.
Yeah.
And then Sam Raimi came in, and it's obvious where Sam Raimi directed that movie, and it's obvious where Disney directed those movies. You can see the difference in those films.
Yeah.
And that's the disappointing part about it is like they can't stop themselves at this point. They have to validate their existence in these companies, because if they just gave a director complete creative freedom, they would go, wow, we don't really need these producers telling us to do all this stuff. We don't need these connections to these multiverses and stuff. We could have gotten away with that in some like extra post-credit scene. But like a lot of times these producers have to justify their existence. And here's the thing, if a Japanese director comes in there and says, here are the characters I want, and it's not diverse enough, it's not meeting certain quotas that they have to meet, that the producers are getting calls from on high about, like then he's going to have to change what he originally planned for these movies. And I think he would be really disappointed in how little control he actually has of his Star Wars movie.
I think Yellow Flash said it great earlier today that Japan is going to take over the entertainment industry, and we're seeing it with the rise of manga and anime and Japanese exports. I would rather see Takahashi Yamaguchi go out and create his own sci-fi movie with like just kind of like the ingredients from Star Wars that he loved, that resonated with him, that worked. I think that's part of the problem is like we are so clutched on to the past and franchises that we loved that we don't even look forward to things that we haven't seen before.
Yeah.
And I think, as a filmmaker yourself, Mike, I mean, that's the thing is we should be excited for things we haven't seen before.
Yeah.
And I would rather see him do like Gareth, I still haven't seen The Creator. After watching True Pop's review of it, I was like, I can wait for that to come out on streaming or Blu-ray or whatever.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, I still want to see it because it's something new and original. And, Gareth Edwards, I thought that what he did was I don't like Rogue One at all. But I feel like at the end of the day, like his vision was probably compromised by studio heads.
Yeah. 100%. Yeah. Well, and here's the thing. I don't know. This might be a hot take. Shout out to Yellow Flash. He's awesome, dude. I don't disagree that Japanese media is taking over, because it is. It's very popular. It's skyrocketing in popularity. But once again, the worst thing that anybody could do in any art form, in any medium, is to sit back and let somebody else do the thing.
I agree with that.
Yeah, because what will end up happening is that if we let more Japanese influences and more anime style influence and stuff, we'll get what Netflix has been doing. Yes, they finally got a good adaptation of One Piece. Congratulations. Like, first of all, are they going to be able to get through every single episode of One Piece? They may be able to adapt that whole thing and it stay as good as it was? I don't know. Probably not, because we've also seen once there's a certain level of investment in these properties, these showrunners go on like standby. We watched it with Game of Thrones. It's like some of these guys, they just kick it into neutral and they're like, cool, man, we'll just let it happen. I just don't want to see, what I would hate to see is people trying to now all of a sudden adapt the Japanese way of doing storytelling and the anime way of doing storytelling and like more manga style storytelling, because they think that that's what's going to sell movies. Because no, bad manga still exists. Bad anime still exists. It's not that. It's just that the passion there is to keep trying to make good things, and so that's what and give people creative freedom to make good things. The thing is, there's a lot of control over there too. There's still a lot of like, no, you can't do this, no, you can't do that, and stuff before they greenlight stuff. It's just like I would rather see people go, you know what? All right, the actual lesson here is to let creatives have creative control. And let them take risks and let them do things and stop trying to micromanage everything. But that they can't. Those ships are too big to right. I think we're just going to end up seeing a lot of studios sell off a lot of assets. I think we're going to see a lot of companies go under, and I think a lot of new companies are going to step up and take to the plate. Because here's the thing. Everybody seems to forget, not you guys, but like the mainstream and stuff like that. A24 making a killing right now in the movie industry.
Blumhouse as well.
Blumhouse is they're making a ton of money. They're making money hand over fist. They're not losing money. Even when they make a bad movie, like it's so little overhead that they can write that off and move on and make 2 or 3 good movies that are very profitable. You know, look at what they just did with Talk to Me. Yeah. $4 million budget and they made what, $20 million on it or something like that, or
not even to mention Five Nights at Freddy's, like
Five Nights at Freddy's,
and they'll make like 9 of those.
Well, not to mention, these smaller productions are integral to the survival of the movie theater because, you know, movie theaters cannot survive on tentpole releases alone and big budget studio movies that nobody goes to see. I mean, these smaller movies, they, you know, as far as distribution goes, they would be cheaper to get into the theaters. You know, and it would be win-win for all parties involved. And it would be nice to have stuff in the theater. Like, I miss the days of going to the movies and seeing a whole bunch of things that were there and rolling the dice and seeing something just because, hey, this sounds good. This sounds different.
And I know theaters would love that. They would love people to come in and just take their kids to the movies or take their family to the movies or come to the movies and check stuff out, because they don't know what's going to be there, or they know that, you know, maybe this movie will sell, but these other movies might sell as well. Talk to Me made $91 million at the box office for a $4.5 million budget. And then, Five Nights at Freddy's blew up. They want stuff like that. The Mario movie did very well. Hell, the Barbie movie killed it. And that's the thing. Regardless of how people feel about the Barbie movie, it resonated with a big enough audience that it got people to go see it.
It knew who it was for. And it didn't try to pretend that it wasn't for another audience. I mean, they knew that there are a lot of women that grew up with Barbie.
Well, maybe not subversive is the right entire word, but they knew who they were commercializing it to.
Well, and that's the thing. Here's the crazy thing about, like, you know, if you look into the Japanese markets and the way anime and manga is sold, they break it up into categories. Sailor Moon is not for teenage boys. It is for young girls to watch and like, but other people can like it too. But it's specifically marketed to a very specific audience. And if it resonates beyond that, then congratulations. Lethal likes it, but that's, you know, but like it's not marketed to him. So the fact that he likes it is because it's a really good quality thing. And that's the thing when you say, okay, we know that our audience will generally like this kind of stuff. So we're going to make a thing, like we're going to make Dragon Ball Z, and that is marketed to young boys and young teenage boys and stuff like that as a power fantasy. And it draws in other people. That's awesome. Then you just keep making it for the audience you made it for and let those other audience people enjoy it. But what we do a lot of times now is something will resonate with audiences and they go, how can we make it resonate better with more audiences? And so the next sequel comes out and it has more of something. Oh, we put in another girl character so girls will like it, or we put in this character who's an older gentleman so that older people will like it. It's like, no, that's not your answer. The answer is to keep doing what you've been doing. Tell the story that you planned on telling, and then go with it and let people like it as they like it instead of trying to market it to as many people as possible, because when you're all things, all people, you're really not adding up to much at all. So, it's just one of those things.
It's the age-old Incredibles quote, you know. When you try to appeal to everyone, you'll appeal to no one, you know.
Right.
And everyone's super, no one's super.
And also, it's okay to have an identity. I mean, that's the thing is I found that a lot of these movies have lost a sense of identity. And the first few phases of the MCU, you had kind of this this unique thing about these movies is that they didn't all have to be super serious. They also didn't have to be funny. I mean, you look at something like Winter Soldier and Civil War; those are very serious movies. They're very, they're dramas for what it is. Then you have Ant-Man. It's a heist movie. You have Guardians of the Galaxy. It's kind of an action comedy. Now everything's kind of devolved into this Joss Whedon-esque bastardized action comedy, quips a mile a minute, but no seriousness at all.
Yeah,
no
with
stakes.
Quantum Mania, like it promised like this sci-fi new world, and that world was like probably the least interesting thing about it.
Yeah.
Really,
I hate Thor: Dark World. That's a terrible movie, but at least tried to be a fantasy movie.
But now it's a better movie than any other recent phases.
That's true.
Yeah.
All right, let's do a
It's
couple
like
quick
limited
hits here
to get
before
paid
we
for it.
move on to the meme break. First, I want to congratulate Kenzo on his entry into Harvard. Did you guys know Kenzo's gone to Harvard?
You.
So,
no idea. Kenzo.
yeah, so Harvard is in
Wow.
2024 offering a course on Taylor Swift taught by a professor who's a biological male who identifies as a trans woman, and it also is a super fan of Taylor Swift. So this is from TMZ. I don't know how much of this we can play.
Wow. No audio.
No audio.
There's no audio on this one.
Don't worry about the audio. I don't give a shit.
Yeah. Well, anyway, it's called Taylor
Wait,
Swift and Her World, and I mean, basically, it's a bullshit class. Here's I believe the professor here talking about it. So this will be who Kenzo.
Give a shit about your grades, and you just need an extra credit.
You know, I always say to myself, "Oh, my degree is useless. I'm never gonna find a job around my area." And blah, blah. Then I see courses like this, and I feel a whole lot better.
And
like, could you see going to a company and they're all like, "So how'd you do in college?" Well, I aced my Taylor Swift class. Like,
That is going to get you far in class. Now get in that McDonald's retail stand.
What work do you have to do in that Taylor Swift crowd? Like the history about her, music facts? I mean, what's it gonna be?
How her music,
her
affected
dating
the world.
history. I mean, there's multiple facets.
I'm assuming the only kind of job you can get with that degree would be to go to Steak and Shake.
I hate you guys so much.
Kenzo, have you put any thought? You put any thought into what your thesis is going to be? All right. On a lighter note, before we get the memes, this one is almost a meme itself.
Yourself.
I like the English Elon energy going on there. Did you guys see this? This is from Daily Loud. Lizzo almost flipped Cardi B's golf cart. Have you guys seen this?
I want to see this now.
She's sitting on the back of it.
No way, bro.
If that's not a sign to go to the gym, then I don't know what is.
Is this an exclusive clip to My 600-Pound Life?
It could be.
Swear to God, one of Lizzo's thighs weighs more than me, and I'm a big guy.
Damn.
You know, she just got off that saying, your car is broken. I don't know what's wrong with it. I
know, right? I really got to figure out how to make money off being fat, man. Like, I don't know how these guys are doing it, but there's a market for it somehow.
Step
one, gotta make money off of this. Yeah,
Epic Mike's gonna start playing the flute.
Bro, start playing the flute. Yeah, wearing a dress. I'll make a ton of money. $1 million, get my own fucking show. Like, this would be great. And I can eat all the chicken and pizza I want. I don't have to feel bad about it anymore.
The epic Izzo.
You know what? You should probably take that Taylor Swift course and, learn the dance move as well. And,
Yeah, I'll take, Mizzo. Yeah.
One of my favorite Simpsons episodes was where Homer decides that he can go on disability and get extra money just by gaining weight. And so he like invests in a moo-moo. He doesn't have to go to work anymore. He just sits at home using one of those like drinking birds to like type the Y key on his keyboard. So he's constantly active.
Press the edit key. Where's the edit key?
Yeah, exactly. Here we go. Cell Shade giving you a free idea. Epic Mike's Gorlock Harvard class.
Yeah. How to be fat and make millions. Yeah.
You know, every time my wife and I use Snapchat. I mean, you can judge us here.
What do you mean, Raymond?
How dare you use Snapchat with
I know.
your
It's
spouse?
terrible.
That's awful. Yeah.
I mean, it could have been worse. It could have been Instagram.
Yeah,
So.
exactly. We have like a almost 2,000 day snap streak, so we've been using it since we got together.
Okay,
and
I take that back.
Yeah, it's terrible. But every time I fucking go into like the stories there, I always see something about like certified baddie in trouble, and I'm like, stop fucking talking about that, Blob.
Yeah.
All right, you guys ready for some memes?
Let's do it.
All right. Well, it is now time for the meme break. So if you're watching us and you're in that chat again, we posted the link earlier. If you haven't got your meme in yet, go ahead and do it now because we're going to be running through them. And without further ado, all right. So we've got a bunch of memes today. So shout out to everybody who dropped their memes in here. First off, here's one that I did. It says the absolute fucking state of Marvel Comics.
Yeah.
Accurate.
That's fucking cursed.
So we got,
Kenzo
would not be that happy.
There wasn't a conversation about back tacos in there. Yeah.
Well, Kenzo finally gets to see the back taco. That's where Nightcrawler's
Yeah,
coming
that's
from.
true. Yeah.
If Kenzo was back there, he'd be crying worse than Amaranth. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
I mean, True Pop just looks like he's holding back the laughter, but he's a medical professional.
I disavow this.
Yeah, I mean, you got to see Dermy's back taco and meet Amaranth all in one day.
It might not be a baby.
No, it may not be.
Am I sticking a bottle of her yeast beer up his back taco?
or taking it out.
Oh,
Making sure there's no glass shards in there. We get this one from CJP. We all know how the casting for Naruto is going to go.
Oof.
Well, which power, the origin writer,
of,
right? Yeah.
Yes.
Seems accurate.
The power of her nudes exposed.
Here's what I did. Johnny Depp sharing a map of all the places Amber Heard's visited in San Diego.
Actually, that's his bed.
I mean, it's both. It's his bed's somewhere on there. But I like how there's like these outliers over here.
Zack Snyder, if you're down for the brown, I can introduce you to my ex-wife. I'm sure she'd look well with you. And on your bed. And in your bed.
We get this one from the Serious Man saying, "Welcome, Epic Mike, back to the meme stream." And
thank you.
Epic Mike and the power to meme.
Yeah, making it happen.
We got this one from Kenzo. Who is the better Mystique cosplayer? I mean, we got Devil Made Me Do It and Dermy.
Me. Definitely me.
I'd give it Devil.
Yeah, I mean, you actually look like you're shape-shifting. Dermy looks like he really thinks that he's Rebecca Romaine.
Yeah, he looks too much like a woman. All right.
I just don't know how they got my Halloween costume pick. That's weird.
Mm-hmm.
I got the sizes accurate, I think.
He was really your Halloween costume was True Pop last week, and then you just put the red wig on. You're like, I'm gonna salvage this now.
Yeah,
light bulb.
Double dipped on it.
Yeah. We get this one from D-Day McLean, the ghost of Asmus Past. So this is
how did Az die?
AIDS.
Yeah.
Then on Sunday at 2:30 p.m., why 99% of movies today are garbage. We should shout out some of the people that are going to be on the panel. You, Gary, Verbal Riot Show. That's Dante James, Ing the Merciless, Alan Ing, Polly from Latino Slam. X-Ray Girl is going to do a panel. So along with Anna, that Star Wars girl, Danica, Comic Book Girl 19.
And then we just got Az interrupting. But they can't see him because he's a ghost.
Yeah.
D-Day also comes in with "How do you like them apples?" with Mrs. Butterworth's original syrup.
Who would even, it wouldn't surprise me. That's something Americans would invent, like apples.
It looks like somebody turned an apple into a bong, and they're like, "We need to
look."
Technically, yes, I have.
That is something only Americans can invent. Apples dipped in butter, or like fried butter.
Well, we actually have that. They're called baked apples. You take apples, you hollow them out, you put butter, cinnamon, brown
Yeah, that
sugar.
sounds American. Apples and butter.
They're very good.
They are fantastic. We
They
get
served
this
them on
from
the
Kenzo.
Titanic.
He says, someday, and that day may never come, I will call upon you to do a service for me. But until that day, consider this justice a gift on my daughter's wedding day. And we've got the Moss father. And I think that's Sturmy there.
It's actually kind of impressive.
Kenzo, I've got a question for you. I mean, do you think it's suitable to wash your potatoes in a dishwasher?
What?
Bit of a reference.
What the fuck? No. What kind of weirdo other than Grant Gregory does that?
I thought this was a meme, but this is a fucking ad. Mary Wilkesmith, Wilklandia card game. May the biggest victim win.
Shit,
Okay.
I'm in a meme.
We get Dr. True and his companion.
Hey, I kind of look kind of fly in that, like a blue waistcoat. Like, that looks cool on me. I think it looks cool. I should try out blue more. I don't really have much style. But, you know.
No one wants to be trapped on a ship with Dermy. No one.
No. Whoa.
That is true. Oh, God.
And then Kenzo had the same idea because he put Dermy in here.
Bro, this is so out of control, man.
New origins for the Catholic boy. Thanks, Kenzo.
This
I
little,
mean, who's supposed to be my mum? Or my other mum?
that's
eh?
blue pop origins.
You came out of Dermy's butt.
No, very disturbed right now.
We get Mazza as the Chief's kid.
It's pretty good.
I like the pentagram though. That's very Mazza.
Yeah.
We
Got
get
some more cosplay.
some uncanny cosplay with I guess they stopped fighting. Dermy and Ken and Dermy and Mazza there. And also we get later
Accurate proportions.
Yeah, the accurate. It's a shame Dermy left because I want to hear him say sugar.
Give me some sugar, baby.
So do you guys prefer Southern Belle Dermy or Goth Dermy?
Both.
At least this Dermy is going to stop Captain Marvel.
Yeah, that's true.
I prefer falling off a cliff, Dermy, but that's
We get from Kenzo Darth Mike showing us his finest red and black face.
Damn. You caught me. They caught me doing red face. Yeah.
D-Day's got the alternate reality with put a dude in it, make him straight and based.
Based.
Also from D-Day's
I wouldn't play the audio on that.
no sound for copyright.
Oh shit! Oh shit!
yeah.
Oh shit!
I mistook that.
She almost caught you slipping there.
Face,
Yeah.
baby.
Wow, he got
almost-
you in there.
Yeah,
This
try
is
to
how
catch you slipping.
Kenzo dreams.
Damn.
Does the missus know?
Yeah.
Then
You should
from
see how she
Chris.
tortures him.
Now this is a good one.
That's a very good one.
I was having an argument with Trent.
Ass is greater than hits, but not fake asses.
Yeah, Triss has been putting on fire.
It's
Oh
so
my god.
creepy. Like these like
Looks like Paul
faces.
Giamatti.
Or Simon Pegg almost.
Oh, Simon Pegg, you.
It's creepy how much it looks like me. I don't.
Kenzo with the mother of dragons hair.
Yeah,
That's
that's
just
like
weird.
spot on right there.
Yeah, exactly. It just suits. And
Oh, here we go. We got Dolomite coming in with True Pop's
fun.
hair fryer.
Oh, damn.
I can see him saying it that way too. Now, True Pop, is this the same
Fun.
model air fryer you had?
no. It's a different one. But yeah, it's an accurate representation. I had like the slowest reactions. I'm like, wait, it's on fire. It's on fire. Oh my god.
D-Day, we also get this Doctor Who gem with the I guess wonder. Wow.
That's filth, D-Day. That is filth.
From True Pop, the celebrities that he apparently looks like: Justin Bieber, Frankenstein,
Boris Karloff.
or Boris, the artist formerly known as Ellen Page, and Ryan Gosling. Those are
Who
some
the hell
really-
said you look like Ryan Gosling?
Me.
Oh shit! Maybe Dermy's actually seeing Wish before it's out of theaters.
That's what it is. Yeah, you caught him. Yep.
Why am I the Lumia ripoff?
You know why.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
From Triss, we got the two faces of True Pop here. We've got him.
I
with
had
his-
the extended trilogy in my hands there, and it's just to replace it with that sacrilege. I fixed the damn lighting. All right.
from D-Day. Apparently this was relative to my weight loss post that I had. Me working out.
Play the Rocky music.
Does it have it on there?
Look at the show! Enjoy the show!
No, I did look at this one, so there's no. Well, Triss also was cool enough to put no copyright audio on there. Was that a real Mazda noise? I missed him making that noise, but it sounds like him.
That does sound like
Descon.
Then we get Dermy as Miss France.
Oh,
damn.
And from Trucker
I
Rob.
didn't notice it was
KC.
Miss Friends. Oh.
I can't tell.
Yes.
Trucker Rob, if you're in the chat, is that supposed
That's
to be
me. Yeah, that's supposed to be me. Yeah, he has a game running, and apparently I'm the emperor of the galaxy or universe or something in their game.
Warhammer Epic.
I found out about this because people started saying "praise be" a lot to me, and I had no idea what the fuck they were talking about. And I was like, "What is going on?" And he was like, "Oh yeah, you're a character in one of my games." I was like, "Cool."
And that catches us up on memes. I guess now we can go ahead and we'll go through outros for today. So let's go roundtable, find out what everybody's got going on this week. Starting off with Devil, maybe do it. Devil, what do you got going on?
In about 10 minutes here, I'm over on Samuel's channel for Screaming to the Void. I got Skinamax tonight. Tomorrow, Engage. Get Ranked. We are doing Godzilla and his Menagerie of Monsters as the list. And then the game stream. And then you can find me all over the place during the week. And check out Beelzebub every Saturday morning at 12 a.m. With me, Kenzo, Ryan Reaper, and Paul Hadouken. It's been a lot of fun. And yeah, so check us out.
Awesome. All right, next up, Oculus. What do you got going on?
CJP.
He said he'll be right back in the chat.
Oh, yeah, I see it there. Yeah, we'll skip over Oculus till he comes back. CJP, how about you, man? You mentioned you got stuff going on with Desiree Wright.
Well, she was on my show last week, and then this week, since I don't have the ability to do a show, I'm going to release the GoldenEye version of the Castlevania 2 Simon's Quest soundtrack. That's going to be fun. And then I'm going to do a full album release of original music on the 28th. And I think I got Melee Games is coming on the 21st. So I'm still working on a guest for the 14th. That's the only one I haven't filled the slot yet for.
So with Melee Games, are you guys going to be talking game music, or are you just going to be...
Oh, yeah. We're going to talk Nintendo music.
Right on.
Because it's the best game music out there.
And yeah, go check out Melee Games channel. They did the Melee Game Awards last night. I only got to watch a little bit of it, but it was a great time.
It was, yeah. I caught up this. It was funny.
Yeah, I know I derailed it early on with the Steve Ballmer stuff, and apparently that just went insane. So yeah, go check them out. Oculus, are you back?
Yes, I'm back.
All right, what do you got going on this week, man?
Any plan, like couple plans for meme ideas for FNT next week. Time to figure that out. But yeah, you can go follow me there for like mostly FNT memes I do.
It'd be nice to get you as a guest on Beelzebub one day, Oculus, if you could stay up late and make it.
Yeah, I could try. Yeah.
It's kind of a late one for you.
Nah, I'm fine.
The fuck out of here, Tom. Get out of here, Tom.
It hasn't happened yet. All right. Kenzo, my dude, what do you got going on this week?
I haven't got much going on all this week. I'll be on the Happy Hump Day stream with the Full Aussie Boys on Wednesday, and then on Beelzebub with my fine co-host Devil, Ryan Reaper, and Paul Hadouken next Saturday morning. Other than that, not much going on. But yeah, if you want to give me a follow, it's at Art by Kenzo over on the Twitters and on YouTube.
Cool stuff. And I know you're working on the Judge Rhino video. You you mentioned that you're just at like the voice work stage at this point, right?
Yeah. But I'm going to try and work my ass off and try and get out as quick as I can as soon as I've got the vocals laid down.
If those damn voice actors would ever do their voice acting.
I mean, you can always call me and we can have wrong sounding Rhino and Moss. Just make him sound like the fucking merchant from Resident Evil 4.
There you go.
All right. Now, True Pop, you're up next. I know you wanted to specifically share out your Spider-Man 2 story video
Review.
here. I did give you a
If
watch.
everyone could, because we did give this a shout out on our show. If everyone, if you don't mind, could you please go and give this video a dislike?
It is my most disliked
Everyone.
video, so yeah, it to say I've ruffled some feathers would be putting it lightly, but
What?
Yeah, it's got like 30, 35-ish dislikes. That's the most out of any video that I have on the channel. That's the most.
When you
You
say
know.
Spider-Man 2,
Wow.
you're talking about No Way Home, right? Or...
The game. It's the joke.
Oh, okay.
I make a
Gotcha.
joke about it, I could play like
Because
clips of
I
Spider-Man
thought you were
2.
talking about like Spider-Man 2. I was gonna cry.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
you
not.
scared the
I'm
sh-
crazy, but not that.
You scared
I
the
feel
shit
like-
out of me. I was like, I can't be here anymore. I gotta go. No, I'm just kidding.
Now, I do want to shout out D-Day McLean. He made a it's a little too long to show on the stream, but he made a Mike versus Beardo video,
Oh yeah,
and I didn't get to watch it in full yet. Was that over Spider-Man 2?
yeah.
Because
Yeah, okay.
Beardo is like,
Listen,
I love the
my-
dude, but man, he like is like full on defense mode for that game.
I've played through that game, all of it. I hated
platinumed
it so much, I gave it back. If you need me as backup to prove to anyone that that game is shit, I'm here. 'Cause
I
it
just can't
was
wait for
disappointment.
a weirdo on Twitter to accuse me of not having played it like other games. Like I got accused of not playing Mortal Kombat 1. I put like 30 hours in that game. I'm ashamed to admit. Like Starfield, I put like 8 into, and I had people saying, "You never played it. You didn't get far past the tutorial." I'm like, I got far enough to know I didn't like it. You know,
So
with
yeah, tomorrow around the same time, I'll be doing a solo live stream, breaking down some comments and some of the feedback I've been getting. Interesting sense of comment section. There's some interesting things said in there. Yeah, next week I'm not going to be on the Legion stream, or there won't be a pop culture stream either. I'll be away for the weekend for like a religious retreat thing. So I will watch you guys from afar, maybe hang around in the chat. So it was
Good deal,
great
man.
to be here.
Well, we look forward to seeing you when you return, and I look forward to your follow-up video on Spider-Man. Well, Mike, thanks again for coming on. You know, before the show, you showed us some stuff that you can't announce yet, but do you have anything you can announce, or any thing you want to talk about with, you know, when you can start teasing Epicverse stuff?
Yeah, like right now we're working on a lot of stuff. We just kind of got our heads down. We haven't made a lot of new updates. Just keep your eyes up, man. I promise it'll be worth the wait. That's why I'm trying to show people that I know behind the scenes, because I know some people are like, are they even doing anything? Did they cancel stuff? They've been so quiet, but making good movies is a lot of work. Making content is a lot of work. And we just want to make sure that everything that we give to you guys is going to be of the quality we think you deserve coming out of the gate, so that we can have a brighter future ahead. You know, I mean, we could come out with stuff and it be subpar and you guys be like, yeah, you guys will get better and stuff like that. But we want to set the bar really high, so that way, as we keep working on stuff, you guys are expecting more from us. And yeah, so no, just keep your eyes open. I promise I will have a lot more to share sooner rather than later, but we just gotta take some time to get some stuff done, get things ready. So
For anybody skeptical, you know, I can't say what was shown, but I'm just saying people are in for something really special, and I hope people are keeping their eyes up, because I think when you guys release, it's gonna make a splash. So
I sure hope so. Yeah. The thing is, like, at the end of the day, the goal is just to, you know, give people something that they can be entertained by, give something that you guys can enjoy right out of the gate, but also just gives you excited for the future of what we got going on. And also opens the door for us to help other people do the same thing. You know, everything, you know, doing things with excellence is important, and making sure that we set a good standard for what indie films should look like, and indie movies and indie projects should look like, I think is good. And then I hope it inspires other people to get involved and do their thing. This is the time to do it. This is time to create.
Yeah.
Even if you don't got the money to make a film, write a script. If you don't have the money to, you know, do a short film or whatever, like, you know, get involved with somebody else working on it. Do whatever you can to get better at your craft and grow, so that you're ready to go when somebody comes to you and says, hey, what can you do? What can you show me? You know, that's the thing. And take that risk. You know, I've told many people to reach out to me, and some people even on this panel have reached out to me and talked to me about stuff. And those are people that, like, you know, I've told people this before. It's going to be a lot harder once we've launched officially as a company to sift through the conversations that everybody's going to want to have. It's easy for people after you've launched and shown stuff and become successful or whatever. If we become successful, I'm not saying we're automatically going to, but, you know, it's easy for people to come to you after the fact and be like, hey, I do this, or I do that, or I like to do that, or I would love to get involved, stuff like that. But it's the people that, like, have reached out to us in the beginning. Those are the people we keep track of. Those are the people we keep on our list of people that we want to talk to, that we want to work with, because you guys were believing in us in the beginning. And so we want to reward that belief, and we want to reward that faith. So, like, yeah, like I said, if you're a creative and you want to get involved, or you want to just put your name in the ring so that we can talk to you or have your name on the list of people, please don't hesitate to, because we always looking for new talent, always wanting to work with people. And once we have more available to do, we definitely want to get people involved. So, but other than that, I can't show much more. You guys saw a lot. I mean, that's, like I said, it was more than I've shown just about anybody else. Adam has seen some stuff, you know, Geeks and Gamers guys have seen stuff, but I promise, you know, it's just going to be more of that. So
we're honored, man.
Yeah, no, it was a huge honor to get to see that. And I'm just, like I said, I can't say anything, but just other than I was beyond impressed with what you had to share. To your point, you know, as far as people getting in touch with you know, with you guys, with creatives, you have epicverse.tv as the site. If anybody out there is a creative and feels that they have something they offer, or wants to collaborate, what's the best way to get in touch with you guys?
So I'm actually going to put my email in the chat right now. You can email me at epicmikebusiness@gmail.com. You can send me a DM on Twitter. I try to go through that. My DM my box fills up very quickly, and the people that I already talked to are the ones that get priority there. But those are good places to hit me up. Send me an email. And then, yeah, you can send Josiah an email at josiahrises@epicverse.tv, .com or something like that. Epicverse.tv. Yeah, something like that. Yeah, I don't know. I don't have that email. But yeah, so, like, you can do that. And then, yeah, just find a way to reach out. And like I said, just it's easy to be like, oh, they're not going to see it, or they don't care, or whatever. But, like, this is the time to do it, man. And, you know, the worst that you're going to hear is no, or go get better and then come back. But it'd be better for you to do it now than wait, because it's a lot harder, like I said, to sift through that stuff. And it's a lot harder. Like, I mean, you guys know, once you start a YouTube channel and somebody's like, can I come be on your channel? Or, you know, and you're like, I don't know. I don't got, you know, I don't know you. I got, you know, stuff like that. So no, I appreciate everybody that has taken the time to reach out and support us and have faith in us and believe in us. And then, as a side thing too, other than Epicverse, I'm now on Kick at kick.com/epicmike. You can go check me out there. I'm trying to stream a lot more. I'm going to be probably doing a stream here probably later tonight. And then soon here, I'm actually going to be doing a stream, kind of letting everybody know why I disappeared for a little while and why I had to take some time off and stuff. just to kind of get back in touch with my audience and stuff. So yeah, go check that out. And I appreciate you guys having me on, man. Listen,
Yeah, no, we appreciate you being here.
You guys are rad. It's so cool what you guys got going on, and I love I have a lot of respect for the Legion. So
yeah, hey, it's mutual. We have a ton of respect for you, man, and everything you do and everything you're doing. So just look forward to seeing where it goes.
Yeah, absolutely. Cool.
Right on. As for me, you can follow me on Twitter at extra008 if you like memes. I tend to post a lot of memes for side scrollers. Matter of fact, I'm going to be the guest on side scrollers this coming Tuesday. So look forward to that. And it's always a good time being on there with Craig and Blabs. And, I'm curious what we'll be talking about, because I just had a good buddy of mine on there, Rodimus Primal. He was on there talking Transformers. I had people hit me up like, "Oh, you should be on there to talk Transformers too." I'm like, "But I recommended him to Blabs, and I'm working today." So
that's awesome.
Excuse me. I have my show, which is a collector's podcast. It's Figure Action. We go live every Thursday night at 9:00 Eastern. If you're into Transformers or anything action figure related, we talk industry news. We talk new releases. We talk things that are coming and kind of hot out there. So if you're into anything with collectibles, check us out, youtube.com, Figure Action Podcast. And of course, you can find me here every Saturday. I just dropped an AirPod. You can find me here every Saturday at 4 p.m. Eastern on the Memestream. And on that topic, on that note, rather, we will see you all next week. Next Saturday, same time. And I hope everybody has a great rest of their weekend. Take care now.
Peace.
Bye.